The Galactic Concordance chose Super Bowl Sunday to announce humanity's subjugation. Because of course they did. I'm Captain Jake Morrison, and I was 3 beers deep into halftime when every screen on Earth simultaneously cut to static. Then came the face. 3 glowing eyes arranged in a triangle. Tentacles that writhed like they had personal vendettas against geometry. A voice that sounded like a garbage disposal trying to speak English. Humans of Earth, I am Ambassador Vraltok of the Galactic Concordance. Your planet has been selected for incorporation into our empire. You have 1 rotation of your planet to surrender unconditionally. Kneel before the Concordance, or face annihilation. The mothership materialized over New York City. Massive, ominous, covered in what I can only describe as angry architecture. It blotted out the sun and hummed with the kind of bass frequency that makes your teeth itch. Then humanity did what humanity does best. We laughed. Within minutes, Vraltok was a meme. Tentacle Daddy wants us to kneel trended worldwide. Someone auto-tuned his speech and it hit number 3 on Spotify. A teenager in Cleveland photoshopped him into a boy band. The internet achieved consensus for the first time in recorded history. These aliens were hilarious. My phone exploded with calls. UN Space Defense wanted me at mission control immediately. I'm technically a consultant, which means I used to be an astronaut before a bureaucratic scandal involving a Mars mission that never happened and budget reports that definitely did. Now I drink coffee and pretend my xenopsychology degree means something. Mission control was pure chaos. Generals yelling at diplomats, scientists arguing about weapons capabilities, someone crying in the corner about humanity's majors finally being relevant. Director Chen spotted me. Morrison, you wrote that paper on alien psychology. Yeah, that nobody read. Congratulations, you're now humanity's official alien translator. Don't screw this up. I feel like there should be more qualifications involved in this decision. There should be a lot of things. You leave in 20 minutes. She introduced my team. Commander Rita Vasquez had the expression of someone perpetually disappointed by everyone around her. Military strategist, tactical genius, absolutely convinced diplomacy was for people afraid of real solutions. I've identified 17 weak points in their ship's structure, she said by way of greeting. We can have missiles ready in 40 minutes. Great. Let's maybe try talking first? Talking is how we die slowly instead of quickly. Professor Harold Finch bounced over like an excited golden retriever, xenobiologist, enthusiast of everything weird, currently having the best day of his life. Did you see the tentacles? The bioluminescent patterns? I've been waiting for this moment since I was 7 years old. Harold, they threatened to destroy us. I know, isn't it wonderful? This was my team, a pessimist, an optimist, and me, the idiot in charge. Humanity was definitely doomed. The shuttle ride to the mothership was tense. Rita checked her weapons. Harold checked his sample containers. I checked my will to live. We should go in aggressive, Rita said. Show strength. We should go in curious, Harold countered. Show scientific interest. We should go in not dead, I suggested. Show basic survival instincts. The Concordance ship's docking bay was designed for intimidation. Massive, dark, echoing. Definitely compensating for something. Armed guards flanked every entrance. Each guard had approximately 4 times the necessary amount of weaponry. Galactic overachievers. Vraltok waited in the main corridor, surrounded by his entourage. Up close, he was even more tentacle than expected. His species, the Krell, resembled deep-sea nightmares that discovered business casual. His robes shimmered with colors that didn't have names in English. Humans, you will follow. You will not speak unless addressed. You will show proper deference to the Concordance. Do you guys have a cafeteria? I asked. The tentacles stopped writhing. All 3 eyes focused on me, with what I'm pretty sure was confusion. Cafeteria. Food court. Dining facility. Snack bar. I skipped lunch and I make bad decisions when I'm hungry. Rita's glare could have melted steel. Harold was furiously scribbling notes. Vraltok's translator device made a sound like a fax machine having an existential crisis. We do not. This is not. You are being conquered. Right, but that's going to take a while, right? Bureaucracy and paperwork and stuff. I'm just saying some chips would really help the process. We were escorted to the negotiation chamber. It was exactly what you'd expect. Long table, ominous lighting, chairs that looked uncomfortable on purpose. The Concordants took their seats with practiced intimidation. We sat down like we were at a particularly boring parent-teacher conference. Let me be clear, Vraltok began. The Concordance has brought 47 species into our empire. Each understood the wisdom of immediate surrender. Earth is number 48. You cannot resist. Your technology is primitive. Your military is fractured. Your civilization is barely unified. Submit now, and we will be merciful in our rule. Quick question, I said. Of those 47 species, how many actually fought back? Vraltok's tentacles did a weird shimmy. That is irrelevant. Humor me. The Concordance's reputation precedes us. Species recognize superior force and make rational decisions. So none of them fought back. They recognized the futility of resistance. Rita leaned forward. You've never actually been in a war, have you? The chamber got very quiet. Harold was grinning like a lunatic. The Concordance maintains peace through strength. Vraltok's voice pitched higher. Our military is unmatched. Our weapons are beyond your comprehension. Your bluff is showing, I said. Vraltok tried to regain control of the situation. He failed spectacularly. You dare question the Concordance? We have eliminated entire civilizations. Our power is absolute. Then why are we negotiating? Rita asked. If you're so powerful, why not just destroy us and be done with it? More tentacle shimmying. Definitely a nervous tell. The Concordance prefers peaceful integration. Destruction is wasteful. We are not barbarians. I leaned back in the uncomfortable chair. You're scared. Preposterous. No, seriously. You show up, Flex. Everyone surrenders. Easy. But Earth laughed at you. We're still laughing. Your entire strategy depends on fear, and we're not afraid. We're entertained. Harold raised his hand like we were in class. If I may, the physiological responses I'm observing suggest elevated stress hormones. Your species' bioluminescence is shifting toward the blue spectrum, which in most species indicates anxiety. I am not anxious. I am the ambassador of the most powerful. Do you guys seriously not have snacks here? I interrupted. This seems like a snack situation. 20 minutes later, we were in what the Concordance called their sustenance distribution center, which was absolutely a cafeteria. Vraltok was trying to maintain dignity while watching Rita demolish a protein bar she'd brought from Earth. Human food consumption is violent, he observed. You should see us at Thanksgiving, Rita said through a mouthful. I'd convinced Vraltok to sit with us. His entourage watched from a distance, clearly concerned their ambassador was fraternizing with the enemy. Harold was interviewing a Concordance scientist about their digestive system. It was going exactly as weird as expected. Look, I said, let's talk honestly. Your empire, how does it actually work? Vraltok's shoulders sagged, or what I assumed were shoulders. Krell anatomy was complicated. The Concordance was formed 300 cycles ago, 7 species, all prey races from our respective worlds, hunted, afraid, weak. We banded together for survival. And we realized something. If we acted like predators, others would believe we were predators. So you're a federation of scaredy cats pretending to be scary cats. That is a gross oversimplification. But accurate? His tentacles drooped. Accurate. Rita stopped eating. You're telling me this entire fleet, this whole intimidation show is fake? Not fake. Theatrical. There's a difference. Not really, Rita said. Harold was ecstatic. This is fascinating. A defensive mimicry strategy on a galactic scale. You're like the harmless snakes that evolved to look like venomous snakes. We prefer to think of ourselves as strategic, Vraltok said defensively. I rubbed my temples. Okay, but you've kept this going for 300 years. Nobody's called your bluff? Until now? No. Your species is different. Yeah, we're idiots. It's kind of our thing. You laugh at threats. You respond to intimidation with mockery. You make memes. What are memes? Why are there so many? Why am I in something called a boy band? Rita actually smiled. Welcome to Earth. It only gets weirder. There must be actual threats out there, I said. If you're this committed to looking scary, what are you hiding from? Vraltok's bioluminescence shifted. Definitely blue now. Very anxious blue. The Devourers. Harold stopped scribbling. Rita stopped smiling. Even I sat up straighter. The Devourers? I asked. Vraltok's voice dropped to something that might have been a whisper if whispers were made of grinding metal. An extermination force. Species unknown. Technology incomprehensible. They appear. They consume. They move on. They've destroyed civilizations that lasted millions of years. 300 cycles ago, they came to our sector. 7 worlds. Gone in 7 rotations. And you survived by looking scary? We survived by running. Then we realized we could protect ourselves by making everyone else afraid of us. If the galaxy thinks we're the apex predators, the real predators might leave us alone, or at least notice us last. Rita processed this. That's actually not a terrible strategy. It's worked for 3 centuries. But the Devourers are moving through this sector again. We've detected their scout ships. They're coming. And we can't run anymore. We've built an empire on reputation. If we run, everyone discovers the truth. So you need actual muscle, I said. And Earth, violent little Earth, fits the bill. Your species broadcasts your warfare capabilities constantly. You make entertainment about violence. You've had 2 world wars and countless smaller conflicts. You terrify us, but we need you. Harold was taking notes furiously. This is the most elaborate protection racket in galactic history. It's survival, Vraltok said quietly. Rita looked at me. He's not wrong. If these Devourers are real, they're real, Vraltok said. We have evidence. Transmissions from dying worlds. Wreckage from their attacks. They're real and they're coming. I stood up and paced. This was way above my pay grade. I was supposed to translate alien demands, not negotiate humanity's role in galactic defense. Okay, let's say we believe you. Let's say Earth agrees to help. What exactly do you expect from us? Military integration, technology sharing, strategic coordination, and most importantly, maintain our reputation. The galaxy still needs to fear the Concordance. But now, with humanity's actual capabilities backing us, it won't be a bluff anymore. You want us to be your attack dog, Rita said, the hidden blade behind your theatrical curtain. I prefer strategic partnership. Yeah, everyone does. I looked at Harold, who shrugged. Scientifically speaking, this is either the beginning of a beautiful friendship or the worst decision in human history. Could go either way. Very helpful, Harold. My phone buzzed. Director Chen. The message was brief. Earth's watching. Whatever you're doing, social media loves it. Don't screw up. No pressure. I turned to Vraltok. We need proof. Show us the Devourer evidence. Let us analyze it. If it checks out, we'll talk terms. And if Earth refuses, then you'll have to find another species willing to laugh in your face and then save it. Vraltok's bioluminescence flickered through several colors, I'm pretty sure represented emotions humanity hadn't invented yet. Finally, he settled on something that looked resigned. Follow me. The Concordance war room made mission control look like a lemonade stand. Holographic displays covered every surface. Battle projections, stellar charts, threat assessments. And in the center, recordings from the Devourer attacks. They were not pleasant. The footage showed ships appearing from nowhere. No warp signatures, no energy buildups. Just sudden existence followed by systematic destruction. The attacking vessels looked organic, like someone had convinced nightmares to become spacecraft. They didn't fire weapons. They dissolved matter. Entire cities turned to molecular dust in seconds. Harold's face had gone pale. Rita's jaw was clenched. I felt my stomach trying to escape through my throat. This was the Pelthera homeworld. Vraltok narrated. Population 6 billion, gone in 4 hours. This was the Korax system, 5 inhabited planets, sterilized in 2 days. And this was my homeworld, before we evacuated. The recording showed a planet that looked like Earth if Earth had purple oceans and 3 moons. Then the Devourers arrived. The planet's surface cracked like an egg. The oceans boiled. The moons fell. We got 80% of our population out, Vraltok said quietly. The other 20% bought us time to escape. They knew they were dying. They did it anyway. Rita's voice was rough. How long ago was this? 347 cycles. We've been running ever since, building our reputation, hoping they'd forget about us. And now they're coming back. Yes. I watched the recordings loop, watched civilizations die, felt something in my chest that wasn't quite fear and wasn't quite rage. Something in between, something human. Here's what's going to happen, I said. Earth doesn't kneel, not to you, not to anyone. But we're also not stupid. These devourers, they're everyone's problem, including ours. So you'll help. We'll partner, equals. No subjugation, no empire. The Concordance drops the Conquest Act and we form an actual alliance. You provide technology and intelligence. We provide military experience and tactical creativity. Together, maybe we don't die screaming. Vraltak's tentacles writhed in what I was learning to recognize as excitement. The Concordance Council would need to approve such an arrangement. This is unprecedented. Yeah, well, Earth specializes in unprecedented. It's kind of our brand. Rita stepped forward. If we're doing this, we do it right. Full intelligence sharing, joint command structure. Earth gets access to your technology, you get access to our strategic databases, and we start training your people immediately. If the devourers are coming, looking scary won't be enough. You need to actually be scary. We're not warriors, Vraltak said. We're scholars, artists, engineers. We built our empire on deception because we couldn't build it on strength. Then we'll teach you, Rita said. Humans are depressingly good at violence. Might as well make it useful. Harold finally spoke up. From a xenobiological standpoint, a mutualistic symbiotic relationship between species with complementary capabilities is highly advantageous. You have knowledge. We have aggression. Combined, we might achieve what neither could alone. Harold just said we're good at hitting things and you're good at knowing things, I translated. Together we're a complete civilization. Vraltak looked at each of us, then at the recording still playing behind him, then back to us. I need to consult with the council. This will take time. How much time? Hours. Maybe days. This decision affects 700 worlds and 47 species. The devourers won't wait for committee meetings, Rita said. I know, but this is how the Concordance operates. Consensus, democracy. It's slow, but it's who we are. I nodded. Okay, we'll wait. But Vraltak? When you talk to your council, tell them Earth didn't laugh because we're stupid. We laughed because we've faced extinction before. Multiple times. We know the punchline already, and we're still here. The Concordance Council deliberated for 16 hours. Earth spent that time doing what Earth does, arguing on social media about whether aliens were cool or scary, making more memes, and panic-buying canned goods. The markets were somehow up. Human logic is an oxymoron. Rita used the time to analyze Concordance military capabilities. Her assessment was not encouraging. They have great ships and terrible tactics, advanced weapons they don't know how to use. It's like giving a toddler a flamethrower and hoping for the best. Harold was cataloging concordant species with the enthusiasm of someone who'd found his life's purpose. 17 different sentient races. The biological diversity is astounding. Did you know the Pelthera have 3 separate respiratory systems? Harold, we might be going to war. I know. Isn't it exciting? When Vraltak finally returned, his bioluminescence was bright green. Happy green, I'd learned. The council has agreed, with conditions. Of course there are conditions, I said. Hit me. Earth becomes a full member of the Concordance. Equal voice, equal vote. But you must also accept our values. No conquest, no subjugation, no becoming what we've pretended to be. Rita frowned. Earth has a complicated history with those concepts. We know. Your entertainment is very educational. But if we're partners, we share principles. The Concordance exists to protect, not to dominate. Can humanity accept that? I thought about human history, about every empire that had ever risen and fallen, about every war we'd fought over who got to be in charge, about our stunning ability to miss the point. We can try, I said. That's the best I can promise. We're not perfect, but we're tired of fighting each other. Maybe fighting for something else will work better. Then we have an agreement. Vraltok extended a tentacle. I shook it. It felt like shaking hands with a muscular garden hose. The next 3 weeks were chaos. Good chaos, but chaos. Rita established joint training programs. Concordance officers learned human military tactics with varying degrees of success. One Pelthera commander accidentally quoted Sun Tzu during a strategy session, and Rita nearly cried from pride. A Krell tactical team binged every war movie in existence and became obsessed with Patton. It was simultaneously encouraging and concerning. Harold set up xenobiological exchange programs. Human scientists met concordant scientists. Everyone was thrilled, everyone was confused. The language barriers were significant, but the enthusiasm was universal. I coordinated with Earth governments who were predictably divided. Half wanted to weaponize everything. Half wanted to make friends. The other half couldn't do math. Eventually we settled on weaponize carefully while making friends strategically. Politics is the art of satisfying no one efficiently. Vraltok became Earth's liaison. He developed a concerning addiction to human action movies. I found him watching Die Hard and taking notes. This McLean individual, he's a strategic genius. Vraltok, he's a fictional character who mostly gets lucky. Nevertheless, the principle of adaptive improvisation is sound. Please don't base galactic military doctrine on 80s action movies. Too late. I've shown Predator to the entire tactical division. We were doomed, but we were doomed together. The Devourer scout ship appeared on Thursday. Because of course it did. Long-range sensors picked it up at the edge of Concordance space. Small, fast. Headed toward Vraltok's new homeworld. The world they'd rebuilt after fleeing 300 years ago. This is it, Vraltok said. His bioluminescence flickered between colors too quickly to identify. They're testing us, seeing if we're still afraid. Rita pulled up tactical displays. Combined human concordance fleet. 70 ships against 1 scout. That 1 scout can destroy planets. Then we better make sure it doesn't. The fleet assembled faster than I'd thought possible. Human destroyers alongside concordance cruisers. Earth fighters flanking alien defense craft. We looked absurd. We looked desperate. We looked ready. I was on the bridge of the Concordance flagship. Vraltok commanded the Concordance forces. Rita coordinated human tactical units. Harold was documenting everything for science and probably therapy later. All ships report ready, Rita announced. Vraltok stood at the command console, tentacles gripping controls. He looked at me. Any final wisdom from humanity? I thought about every stupid decision our species had ever made. Every time we'd faced impossible odds and survived through sheer stubbornness. Every moment we'd looked at certain death and said, "Watch this." Yeah, don't die. It ruins the whole day. Inspiring. I'm not a speech guy. Vraltok turned to the fleet communications. All ships. This is Ambassador Vraltok of the Galactic Concordance. For 300 cycles we have hidden. We have run. We have pretended to be something we were not. Today we stop pretending. Today, with our human allies, we face our fear. Not because we are no longer afraid, but because fear without action is just waiting to die. And the Concordance does not wait anymore. All ships, engage on my mark. It was a pretty good speech. Definitely better than mine. The Devourer scout appeared on sensors, massive despite being a scout. Organic armor shifting like muscle. Energy signatures that made no sense according to physics. Rita's voice was calm. Human fleet, Delta formation. Concordance fleet, support positions. Target their propulsion systems first. If we can't kill it, we strand it. The scout noticed us. It accelerated. Weapons charged with energy that looked like reality having a seizure. All ships, Vraltok said. Now. The battle lasted 7 minutes, felt like 7 hours. Human missiles struck first. The scout's shields absorbed most of them, but a few got through. Concordance energy weapons followed, coordinated with Rita's tactical precision. The scout returned fire. 2 Concordance ships vanished. 1 human destroyer took critical damage, but we kept coming, kept firing, kept adapting. Rita called out targeting solutions. Vreltok coordinated defense patterns. Harold yelled about energy signatures nobody else understood. Then something amazing happened. A Pelthera commander executed a maneuver I'd taught Rita last week. A flanking strike that left the scout exposed. A Krell tactical team hit it with a concentrated barrage that would have made Patton proud. Human fighters swarmed its damaged sections like angry bees. The scout's propulsion system erupted. It went dead in space, drifting, disabled. "Hold fire," Vreltok ordered. "Maintain defensive perimeter." We watched the scout. It didn't move, didn't attack, just sat there. Then it jumped away. Emergency warp, gone in a flash of violated physics. The fleet channel erupted in cheers. Humans and aliens celebrating together. We'd won, kind of, mostly. We'd survived, which was pretty much the same thing. Vreltok's bioluminescence cycled through what I'd learned was the Krell equivalent of laughing and crying simultaneously. "We did it. We actually did it. We got lucky," Rita said. "Next time, they'll bring more. Then next time, we'll be ready." Harold was grinning like a maniac. "Did you see how that Pelthera commander adapted your tactics and the Krell team coordination? Xenobiologically speaking, we're witnessing the evolution of a truly cooperative multi-species combat doctrine. Harold, you're terrifying sometimes." "Thank you." I looked at the tactical display, at human and concordance ships maintaining formation, at species that had been strangers a month ago now protecting each other, at a galaxy that had just gotten significantly more complicated. "So," I said to Vreltok, "what now?" "Now? Now we prepare. The scout will report back. The devourers will know we're not easy prey. They'll return with force, and we'll be waiting. With humanity's insanity and the Concordance's technology, we might actually survive this." "We'll need a better name than Concordance," Rita said. "If we're a real alliance, we need something that sounds less like a corporate merger." "What do humans suggest?" I thought about it. About species that had nothing in common except the will to survive. About the most unlikely partnership in galactic history. About how we'd gone from conquest to cooperation in less than a month because the universe didn't care about our plans. "How about the coalition? Simple, direct, no pretense." Vreltok considered this. "The coalition, I like it, though the council will debate it for weeks." "They can debate while we train. The devourers won't wait for branding discussions." Earth's response to first contact came in later that day. Social media had reached a new consensus. Humanity's official position on joining a galactic alliance against an existential threat was, and I quote, "Finally, something interesting is happening." We'd laughed in the face of alien conquerors. Then we'd joined them. Then we'd fought together. And somehow, impossibly, we'd made it work. The galaxy was going to be very confused by us. The devourers were going to be very annoyed by us. And honestly, that seemed about right. Welcome to the coalition, where humans taught aliens to fight and aliens taught humans to think. Where the scaredy cats found their teeth and the mad dogs found their leash. Where everyone was probably going to die screaming eventually, but at least we'd go down together. Humanity, fuck yeah. And also the Concordance, cautiously optimistic yeah. It wasn't much, but it was a start.